Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fyre Fantasy Football Podcast. My name is Chuck.
This is Julian.
And I'm Greg.
An exciting episode. We're going to be doing a mock draft.
Let's go.
And I have my screen recorder on. We are all in Sleeper right now. If you haven't used Sleeper, use it. It's pretty nice. Right now everything is set up. I'm going to go over the settings of the draft right now. So we're going to be doing Snake, half PPR, 12 team, no time limit, and then all players. So that should all be shown, and that should all be good. I'm also going to randomize our picks. I don't want the first overall pick, and I actually wanted to talk to you guys. What are your thoughts on location in the draft? Like, where do you guys prefer to have your picks?
I personally think the first overall pick is probably the best spot. Christian McCaffrey to me just has such a huge difference in points at a position that has so few running backs. Able to snag him and then get to a couple studs in the turn at the 2-3 turn. I think that's just you're set up for success at that point. So I love the first overall pick the most. That's what I'd be trying to aim for if I had the choice.
I respect that. I do like the first overall pick because I feel like you get a solid. Then that back to back. Because I think we talked about the third round. Was it the third round turnaround or something? We talked about that a little bit. What's it called? Is it the third round flip? Was it
reversal?
Third round reversal. I did not have the right term down.
It's totally cool.
And I think that would lessen the one spot a little bit. And I don't think that's fair to the lower teams. But I think having to have that back to back at the end of the second, start of the third, after getting, Christian McCaffrey is pretty advantageous. But I personally like either 4 or 8-ish. And it looks like I actually have the 8th pick in the draft that we just randomized. So I'm okay with that. I like the 4th one better because I feel like
audio cut off around here. Julian mentioned that he likes this 4th spot because he's kind of guaranteed one of those top guys. The question then leads to me, and then I answer to the following. I like drafting in the middle. I like not waiting super long for my pick. I feel like having the first overall pick is horrible because I have to wait like 20 minutes until I pick again.
I kind of like having the ability to scheme and think. I feel like you get the least thinking time in the middle because it's the middle. You get the same amount of thinking time each time. So I feel like I kind of prefer to see what other people are doing. I have longer to know who might go for what and what I might be able to grab and think ahead if I have a longer wait. So waiting for it to come back down from 12 at my 4 spot. I kind of like it. I don't know.
There is one disadvantage is that if you get to the tail end of a big run, then you're just left with slim pickings. All the running backs are gone by the time you get back. It's sometimes you got to either get out ahead of it or just punt that position altogether. Sometimes, but
so middle's really good for that, I guess.
Yeah, I also feel like I don't like overthinking, so I feel like the more time I have, the more time I overthink. I'm like, oh man, maybe I should just go with JJ Arthur at Whiteside. He's definitely gonna have an up year.
Oh man, overthinking's all I do, baby.
Yeah. And another thing I wanted to bring up was we're going against 8 AI. So if we lose to any of the AI, that's gonna be pretty sad. 9 AI, sorry. The AI are gonna go really quick.
I can't even see Chuck. I guess he's the last spot.
Number 12.
Yeah, number 12. God damn it. All right, so let's talk about where we are. So Julian is at the 2nd spot. How do you feel?
I'm all right with it. Yeah, I like it.
Greg's at the 10th?
Yeah, the 10th spot. I don't know if I'll be able to get my guy here, but I think I should be. I think I'll be okay. We'll see.
McCaffrey will slide. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely taking Younghoe first.
And Chuck, you love the turn picks, right? We just
I know, and I got so unlucky. The first time.
Money where your mouth is.
Oh, I know. Fuck.
Well, you're about to see how good your team can be when you get the 12th pick in the draft.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
I just can't wait to be sniped on all these deep horse rookie picks that Greg knows about.
You guys are in trouble.
All right, let me start the draft, guys. Okay, cool. Okay.
First
All right.
pick was Dalvin Cook, and that's not too crazy, but I'm obviously going to go Christian McCaffrey at 2 here.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara, Devontae Adams, Nick Chubb, DeAndre Hopkins, Tyreek Hill, and now it's Greg's turn.
What are your options here, Greg?
So here's my thought process here. Jonathan
He's
Taylor.
He's right there.
He's the guy. I can't. There's one other guy I was thinking about getting, but Jonathan Taylor's he's higher on my list for sure. So.
Man.
Oh.
This is
Geez,
so bad.
Your boy.
This is so bad. So
Didn't get your boy.
Kind of not even as a joke. I was legitimately thinking about getting Joe Mixon over Ezekiel Elliott and Josh Jacobs. Oh man, here I have the Ezekiel Elliott or Josh Jacobs. I can't do it now.
Do you see what other running backs are on the board?
Yeah,
Like
so
Aaron Jones, J.K. Dobbins, Sanders, Eckler,
dude.
Akers.
it's not. It's okay. I think I have to do just a smart decision and go with Ezekiel Elliott. And then, I have to do the safe spot, and I'm gonna steal a page from Greg's book. So I'm gonna take Travis Kelce.
That was the man I was gonna draft if Taylor was gone, and you stole him right from under me.
You hate to see it. See, this is what's bad about the podcast. Everyone's gonna know our strategies and whatnot.
All our friends and enemies are just gonna use this against us.
This is why I'm not gonna advertise the podcast at all. Josh Jacobs went after Kelce, and now it's Greg's pick.
So the top running backs are Aaron Jones, Dobbins, Sanders, and Eckler. I'm really liking Aaron Jones here. That's probably where I'll go. The receivers, we got DK Metcalf, Michael Thomas, Julio, AJ Brown, Mike Evans, Stephon Diggs, these kind of guys. But I think just because of the running backs, you're not going to see a guy like Aaron Jones or Austin Eckler here. I'm going to go that way. I guess I'm going to go with Aaron Jones. I like Austin Eckler a lot. That would have been probably my next pick if Jones was gone.
Fair enough.
Okay, so a sea of wide receivers just went. DK Metcalf, Michael Thomas, Julio Jones, J.K. Dobbins, Cam Akers, Miles Sanders, AJ Brown, and now it's Julian's pick.
Yeah. This is tough because I already know what my next pick's gonna be, and I have McCaffrey. So I think I spoke on this. If you're in this situation, it's hard to pass up on. I feel like it's hard to pass up on Austin Eckler just kind of sitting right in front of my face here. I would have loved to grab AJ Brown just to have my first 2 picks be a running back and a wide receiver, get one of those the top category from each. The next wide receiver up is Mike Evans, who personally I don't like as much. So I'm gonna grab Austin Eckler, a guy. Clyde Edwards-Helaire and DeAndre Swift went at the turn, so that guy's going 3 running backs. Oh man, is he gonna make it back to me? I don't think he's gonna make it back to me. Where is he? Where the heck? Okay, well, I was really considering grabbing George Kittle here. Like I was really considering it, but
yeah, he won't make it back.
I know.
Greg's telling you right now.
I know. And I'm
he's
thinking
like the 5th one down.
Well, I'm thinking, I do want my team to be rounded out, so I feel like I want to take a wide receiver for one of my tops available, and Stephon Diggs is right here, so I'm just gonna take him. So Thielen went, Mahomes went, and Godwin, Cooper, Mike Evans, Antonio Gibson, Lamar Jackson, and now Greg is up. So a little bit of a QB run. I feel like Lamar went. Is Lamar going to go in the 3rd round? I think he was going
a little high. I feel like Josh Allen and Kyler Murray would go above Lamar Jackson here, but
yeah.
I mean, it's potential someone could do that. So here I'm gonna try to. I decide between George Kittle and maybe a wide receiver here. There's a
So
couple
I
wide
mean,
receivers I like, but I think to get that advantage, gotta go with Kittle. I feel
and
like
you
he would
think
be
it's
gone.
worth? You think it's worth the risk because Chuck's not gonna grab him.
I
Guess he
don't. I
could have
feel like
Kittle and Kelsey.
Team 11 would snatch him right in front of me, just like Joe
Probably.
Mixon. So I got to go for it, and then hope my next best receiver falls.
God damn it. They took Chris Carson away from me. I definitely wanted him. This okay, and so I have the turn. I definitely don't want to worry about wide receiver this year, so I'm gonna draft back to back. I'm gonna get Calvin Ridley and Justin Jefferson, and not worry about it. I skipped out on Allen Robinson. I'm not too high on this year. I definitely prefer Ridley and Jefferson. But sorry, and then Juju Smith-Schuster was being picked. Now it's Greg's pick. So do you
This
pick Allen Robinson instead?
now here, this is where things get a little fishy. I Let's see. There's a lot of good receivers left. I think I'm gonna. I do have Keenan Allen ranked higher than Allen Robinson, so that's where I'm gonna go here. Keenan Allen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Respect.
he wasn't making it back to you.
Yeah.
All right, so we had Allen Robinson, Russell Wilson, Najee Harris, James Robinson, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. They always go back to back. I told you. And then Kenny Galladay, and now it's my turn. I'm sitting here. I'm at the point in the draft where I don't like anybody. So, nah, I like him. DJ Moore was underwhelming for me last year. I don't know. I think I want a wide receiver. I don't like DJ Moore that much. I guess. Oh, you know what? You know what? Sam Darnold. I think he'll be able to turn around.
Hey,
Oh,
Yeah.
DJ. Oh, I thought you were legitimately drafting Sam Darnold.
No, I'm sorry. I meant like DJ
Yeah.
Moore's quarterback will be maybe he's better. I'm gonna take a chance and get DJ Moore as my wide receiver too. Kareem
Cool.
Hunt went and then Tyler Lockett went. Thank God, because I was really hoping Darren Waller would fall to me again. I'm taking him.
Yeah, respect. You got your tight end.
Yep. Fournette,
now the running backs.
Montgomery,
So boy.
Elvin Gordon, James Conner, Todd Gurley, Mark Andrews, Kenyon
Kenyon
Drake,
Drake.
and
Oof.
then now we're at Greg.
Well, this has turned out really well for me. I'm very happy with this wide receiver right here. I'm really high on this
Oh
guy.
boy,
Scary Terry. Can't pass up
can't
on
hate
that.
that. Can't hate that.
Ryan Fitzmagic throwing him that ball. He's going to do great this year.
Yep. Well, you take Kyler Murray, I'll take Josh Allen. And I am already pretty loaded at wide receiver, so I don't want Odell Beckham. And I have kind of the option. I'm definitely eyeing running back. I either want Travis Etienne or Raheem Mostert. Uh, this is kind of a moment where I should start looking at my buys because I just realized that my top three picks are all have the same buy. So that was
That's
kind of a
tough.
mistake. Yeah. So
I don't care about that as much.
yeah, we can talk
I
about
think
this later too.
until we can figure it out. Yeah, but there's a
Yeah,
time on the clock, so I don't want to
yeah,
take your
I
time.
will go with Travis Etienne. I will go with the rookie. I saw some of his tape. He's pretty hype. Raheem Mostert went right after, obviously. Now it's back to Greg.
So I'm looking at a couple things. I could go quarterback with Dak Prescott. He was, on a blazing pace before he got hurt. But there's some other quarterbacks I'll probably get later that I like quite a bit. I
Mhm.
don't think there's much room at the running back market right now. And there's one guy who, as long as he's healthy, he's going to get all the work. That's Myles Gaskin. So I'm going to go with him because
Oh,
Miami's
cool.
shown they trust him a lot. They didn't draft anyone, so he's going to be the guy.
You draft someone, but he
Solid
wasn't
pick.
solid pick. Okay, so David Johnson, DJ Chark, Odell Beckham, Aaron Rodgers, Gronkowski, Brown, and then Dak Prescott.
That is
So
Hollywood Brown for those. We don't know.
No, that's not Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, my.
Marquise Hollywood Brown.
Sorry, I forgot
All
his
right.
middle name.
So Le'Veon Bell sitting right there. So is Zach Ertz. Interesting. Anyway, there's been a quarterback run. I think. Oh man, I'm in the 6th round. I'm about to draft a quarterback. I feel dirty. So there's been a bit of a run. So that influences where I'm going to take people. There are some good QBs left. I feel like the guy acting is going to take this guy, but I really believe in Justin Herbert in that offense, and I think Herbert throwing Austin Eckler some touchdowns would be very nice for me. So I will take Herbert right here. Since the number 1 team didn't have a quarterback yet, and look, they did end up drafting one, so I might have been out on Herbert. They took Brandon Cooks and Deshaun Watson back to back. I think I do need a running back again, huh? Le'Veon Bell is right there. That was a not funny joke. When I wish I had more than a minute to think.
Don't let it stress you out.
Yeah, I think I don't want Le'Veon Bell. I like Chase Evans, but he never keeps the ball. Ronald Jones is behind somebody. I'm hearing good things. I have it on good authority from a podcast partner that this Devontae Smith fellow might be overtaking Melvin Gordon sometime soon. So I'm gonna take a chance on that.
Devontae
Nice.
Williams. There he goes.
Nice. Like probably the best handcuff to me. All
There you
right,
go.
so Courtland Sutton, Le'Veon Bell, Burrow, Ertz, Fant, Higgins, Gesicki, and now it's Greg's pick.
I was really hoping I could get snag Cortland Sutton. I think he's going to have a great year coming off the injury. But there's another guy still here who I think who's going to have a great year again. I hate to say it, but going to take CD Lamb. He's
Oh,
in that
gross.
That's a fair
offense.
pick.
Puke in my mouth. Puke in my mouth.
He's fine.
No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing. All right, so Claypool was just picked ahead of me. Thank God, because this was a no-brainer. Chase Edmonds. I will take that risk. So now I'm kind of stuck between a lot of wide receivers being open. Wide receivers already a big strength of mine. I want to bolster up my running back. Best available running back is Ronald Jones. Seems like kind of reach. Then it's Mark Ingram. I'm just kind of scrolling down. I'm like, oh, this gets worse and worse. So here I might just look for a handcuff maybe, and maybe picking up. I don't even think of handcuff makes sense. God damn it. Ooh, I will go with the best available and just go Jamar Chase. He might have a breakout year, and I will not be upset with that. Brandon Ayuk just got picked, and it's back to Greg.
Greg's gonna steal my guy. I'm very upset about it.
I'm not sure who you're looking at, but there's one guy here who I don't know why he's ranked so low. So it probably won't be the guy you're looking at. I think this guy,
Will Fuller.
Gotta be.
this guy's a beast, and he had a great year last year. I don't see any reason why it's going to be any different. Everything's pretty much the same. That's
Tom
Deontay
Brady.
Johnson, and he's
Oh.
a stud receiver,
Oh,
and I think he's going to have the most targets on that team. So going with him.
respect the
8th
Steelers.
round.
So let me go rapid fire. Devontae Smith, Ronald Jones, Lawrence, Emmanuel Sanders, Fuller, Ingram, and Chenault. Back to Julian.
Yeah, no, my guy was Devontae Smith, and there was nobody who was making it back to me. Anyway, would have been nice. Yeah, Kirk Cousins is staring me in the face. I feel like I have to. I didn't know Mark Ingram was still in the league. I'm gonna scroll past him. I don't like Tua that much. I'm gonna leave. I think I'm gonna leave Waddle on there. I don't know what I want, gentlemen. I have no idea.
I'm sorry for the 1 minute timer. I cannot change it.
This is devastating. Oh, this is devastating. Oh no, there's 10 seconds left.
You have to settle for Kirk.
Oh, I'm gonna settle for Jarvis Landry.
Wow. Okay, respect. And now it's back
Mark,
to you.
Mark Ingram,
That's solid.
Sonny Michelle went. Yeah, I'm like, he did pretty well last year. He was ranked surprisingly low in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh,
These
Lord have
rankings,
mercy.
I don't know
Tough.
how accurate these are going to be. Sony Michelle and Mark Ingram going back to back here.
Yeah, I feel like things are off. I'm looking at Jerry Jeudy, but I already have Jonathan Williams. So I don't want too many people on the same team, especially when I already have Eckler and um, Big Herbs. So, man, it's tough. This is tough, tough, tough.
Yeah, better hurry up.
I know, I know. Oh, I don't even have time to think. I'm gonna have to go with Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, that sounds really weird because like Jalen Waddle might be that number one receiver on that team.
Right.
So Davis, Hardman, Cousins, Brady, Boyd, Hawkinson, Judy, and now it's back to Greg. And Greg doesn't really have many good options.
Hey, there's some guys here that are kind of hidden down on this ADP that I like a lot. So
Yeah.
there's a guy here
Ooh,
who
Jamison Crowder's still here.
I'm gonna just bolster up my running back core a little bit here, and he's definitely the starter here. So I'm gonna get something out of him. It might not be a home run guy, but Damian Harris for the Patriots.
Wow. Okay, a Patriots running back is kind of a nightmare to me.
Mm-hmm.
So here I'm looking at a couple options. I
Irv
definitely don't
Smith
want
just
to.
went off the board.
Yes, I don't want to take another wide receiver. I feel like my wide receiver group is pretty good. This is gonna be probably my first bench option, and I'm not happy with anything really. I might throw a curveball here. I'm gonna pick Alexander Madison. Great handcuff.
That is a
We can.
curveball. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. I can try to defend myself maybe. So this is gonna look a little silly too, but I might have a backup tight end. Have Austin Hooper. T.Y. Hilton was picked, and now it's back to Greg.
Okay, I think I'm the last guy in the league to draft a quarterback here. So I'm just going to go ahead and take him just to have some peace of mind, focused on the other positions. So I think he's going to have a great year. I have him ranked in the top 10, I believe, for
As
quarterbacks.
you
And I'm getting
should.
him in the 10th round. My boy Jalen Hurts.
Whoa,
Ooh.
respect,
I didn't even know he
respect.
was still there. I thought you were gonna go for Stafford. Just went.
Yeah, Stafford's also a good option.
No, Hurts is very good option in the 10th. Good for you. So Kirk
Yeah.
went, Moss went, Singletary went. They also went back to back. But this computer's just fucking with us. Crowder went, Shepard went, Stafford and Newton went as second backup quarterbacks in the 10th round. I don't like drafting backup quarterbacks that early. But what I will draft is a backup tight end. And I'm glad Robert Tunyon's still on the board? What? Wait a minute. Well, Rogers might not be there, so never mind. Dallas Goddard's still on the board. Yeah, I don't know. I hyped him up. This could be a waste of a pick because people tell me that rookie tight ends don't do too hot. I heard some guy on a podcast say that one time, but I like Kyle Pitts a lot, so I'm gonna take him right here.
Respect. All right, Moore and Slayton got picked. It's back to you.
Just back to me. Robert Tunyon's still on the board. I'm gonna go 3 tight ends, baby. 13 personnel.
Touchdown
Hey,
Tunyon.
Yeah. So I guess here we're going for backups and handcuffs, and I don't know. I hear late in the year, Ezekiel Elliott might get hurt, and the guy who drafted him with his first pick might
yeah,
want to trade for his backup, aka
probably.
Tony Pollard. Come on down.
Yeah, really good handcuff.
Henderson, John U. Smith, B. Jordan, On Rager, Fields, Tunyon went, and now it's Greg.
So here I like going for some high upside picks, and because here at the later rounds you're not going to find too many, all-star players right off just by name recognition. You got to take a few chances. But I feel like this guy, he produced pretty well last year. I feel like he's going to be one of their top receivers in Carolina, and it's Robbie Anderson. He had, the coach, Matt Ja Rule, he has that connection with Robbie. They both went to Temple, or he was the coach while he was there. So take him here. Why
Yeah,
not?
very respectable. So right now, Sammy Hopkins got picked. I'm gonna go backup QB, get Ben. Ben is old. I'm probably never gonna have to start him, thankfully. But if he's having a good year, I might start him one game. Who knows? So here, I'm kind of looking towards the rookie, Rashawn Bateman. He might be high potential. He might replace Sammy Watkins. So tight end was picked. Don't even know how to pronounce his name, so I'm not gonna try to.
Pat Fryermuth, rookie for
Thank,
Pittsburgh.
thank you, Greg.
I'm gonna go with another receiver here. I
I just saw something disgusting. Oh my
can't believe he's
god.
still here, so I'm gonna take my boy. He gets hurt a lot, but if he's healthy, he's great. Taking Debo Samuel.
Ooh, okay.
That's not who I thought you were gonna take. You keep juking me
Okay.
out with these old descriptions, Greg. Holy shit, he fell to me. All right, well, the guy I thought was disgusting that he was still there. No! Oh! I was gonna say Devontae Parker, but I just drafted Jalen Waddle. Oh no.
It's a
Oh
good
no.
handcuff.
My day is ruined. My day is ruined. All right. I'm just gonna auto draft. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Well, we had Jared Goff, Amon Ross, St. Brown, Dallas Goddard, Ebron, Michael Carter, Gallup, and David Johnson all go.
Yeah, we're going for upside, right? And I think a guy who could bounce back is our fateful ex, Carson Wentz. I think a good receiver of his that could have another great year because he was starting to look good last year is Michael Pittman. See what happens.
Respect. Wallace and Carr just went off the board. Back to Julian.
All right, I gotta pull some more out of my hat here.
Let's see.
Pollard.
Starting to get
just
into the weeds.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Let's see. I sorted by projected. Oh, yeah. There's a guy I want.
It was a Henry Ruggs.
Maybe.
Daniel Jones, I got you.
Don't tell him. He's gonna take him.
Is it Chuba Hubbard?
Chuba.
Where was the guy I was just gonna take? Yeah, I think we're going backups, and this guy looked really good last year, so I'm going to put him on my team. AJ Dillon, come on down.
I respect.
Gainwell, Devontae Parker, AJ Green, Tevin Coleman, Ryan Tannehill, nice. James White, Chuba Hubbard, that's great.
Now, this is a guy who I expect his ADP to just skyrocket as we get closer to the real season, the NFL season, because he's the starting running back on a team, and they're going to use him. All the other running backs are gone. It's just him and this rookie they got. Mike Davis for the Falcons. That's a name you got to remember.
Yeah, that's very true. Very, very true.
We talked about
Okay,
it.
we did talk about it. So right now, my weakest position right now might be running back. Here, oh man, I don't really have that much I can go off of.
There's diamonds when you keep scrolling down. This is crazy.
Yeah, there's some. Okay. Oh man, I don't know anymore. I'm kind of doubting myself. I'm looking at a bunch of options.
Nelson Aguilar.
Don't talk to me.
Carson Wentz is still on the board.
I know. Yeah, right. Like I'll ever draft him. Okay. I'll bite into the hype a little bit. I'm an Eagles fan. I'll get Deshaun Jackson. He might have when he plays that one game this year, that's gonna be great. You know.
It's not. It's not
all
the
you need.
Eagles.
I know he's a long-standing Eagle, but yes, he is on the Rams. He's gonna have one good game, and I'll be happy for that one game. So I'm definitely one.
Sleeper is still an Eagles jersey. That's why I was confused.
So here looks like a reach, but I kind of want to get Naheem Himes. Good receiving
Solid.
back. Yeah. Cole Beasley just got picked up, and it's back to Greg. Your last pick.
Yeah, I have two options in mind. I'm looking at receiver here. They're both, well, one's probably going to get on a more pass happy offense, but I think I'm going to Oh man, this is tough. I'll just say the names. It's between Curtis Samuel and Mike Williams. I like Curtis Samuel a lot. I think he's going to have a chance at number 2, but I have Terry McLaurin already. Um, and then Mike Williams, the Chargers. They're going, Herbert's going to throw the ball, and he's a really good quarterback. I'm just concerned about his health. So because of that, the health reason, that's the only reason I'm going to go with Curtis Samuel. It's a toss-up between the two.
Okay.
Lindsey, Cohen, Stevenson, Marvin Jones. I don't know these rookies.
Trey Sermon and Terrace Marshall, then Hunter Henry.
Okay, that is me. To be
Your last pick?
honest, guys, like I have Pitts and Wall already. I'm looking pretty hard at Logan Thomas. But I have 2 already, so it's kind of ridiculous. I don't need another one.
I believe in the Washington offense, obviously. That's
Yeah.
a great pick.
What, Logan Thomas right here?
Yeah, I mean, I
think
got
so.
Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin, Logan Thomas is going to be great too.
I think he will be. He was already doing good last year. Man, I'm so
Yeah.
far down this board, but I think I'm going to. I already have. What am I going to use Logan Thomas over some of these receivers? So I think I'm going to take another upside receiver. Yeah, you know him, you hate him. He throws shit off of balconies for no reason. I'm going to take Antonio Brown.
Respect. Cool. Okay.
David
So-
Njoku went last.
Yes. So how do you guys feel?
So I'm going to win this league. No
Oh,
doubt.
come on. Oh, my God. The confidence is so annoying. Oh,
Bro,
man.
I don't have a running back over 6 feet tall. This is great. No, I like my team. I like my team.
I like my team too. I think my weakest position is definitely running back, but I think my strongest position is tight end and wide receiver.
Yeah. So I mean, I am really high on Jalen Hurts this year, especially, with his rushing upside. And then my running backs, I like a lot. I got George Kittle, my receivers. So I guess I could just do like a run through of all our teams real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
So at quarterback, I got Jalen Hurts. Running back, I got Jonathan Taylor and Aaron Jones. Receiver, Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin. Tight end, George Kittle. My flexes, I'll probably put Myles Gaskin and CeeDee Lamb. And on my bench, I have Deontay Johnson, Damian Harris, Robbie Anderson, Deebo Samuel, Mike Davis, and Curtis Samuel. So I think my team is pretty good top to bottom. I don't see any strong weaknesses or any big weaknesses, I should say. So I like it a lot.
How do you feel, Julian? Did we lose you?
Man, I'm talking on mute. This is unbelievable.
It's cool.
Anywho, yeah, after looking at Greg's team, I'm not feeling as good about mine. I think it's top heavy. I really like the top, and then I think I took, and I ended up taking 3 rookies. Probably don't want to do that, but I do like the rookies. Like I panicked with the clock and made some unsavory decisions, but some things can go my way and turn out well. I'm not going to hope for a Zeke injury, but I feel like Tony Pollard's a nice piece to have on the bench, and he can put up numbers on his own with Zeke there anyway. I do think Michael Pittman was a good pickup late last year. And I do think Wentz will be better than Rivers was last year, so I think he'll be a nice flex in some weeks. A.J. Dillon with no... Who else did they pick up at running back? Because now
They
Williams is gone.
get drafted like a 6th-round pick, Kylan Hill. So Kylan Hill is more of a receiving back, so
Yeah.
I don't think he'll take away from what AJ Dillon's there for.
Yeah, Dillon's already doing really well with Jamal and Jones there last year, so I feel like if he can fill that split with Jones, it's a nice piece to have on the bench. I feel like a lot of my pieces are like, we'll wait and see what happens and then go to the waiver wire with some of these guys. But my team overall is Justin Herbert at quarterback, Christian McCaffrey and Austin Eckler at running back, Stephon Diggs and DJ Moore at wide receiver, Darren Waller at tight end. Javonte Williams and Jarvis Landry are currently starting in the flex. I also have Jalen Waddle, Kyle Pitts, Tony Pollard, Michael Pittman, AJ Dillon, and Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
I
very
feel like
very.
there's a lot of upside with some of my guys.
I don't know if I'm just. I think you have the best running backs, like the best RB1 and RB2. Definitely, like Austin Eckler is. I don't know. I like your running backs. I like Greg's too a lot too. Like Jonathan Taylor and AJ Jones are no joke as well.
I mean, it's hard to see a combo with Christian McCaffrey in it and go the other way, but
True.
yeah, his is still pretty good. Mike Davis being that low was a good pick. And I feel like when Antonio Brown was in, any of them could get like the 18-point game out of those top 3 Bucks receivers. So I feel like he's fine to throw in there if Brady holds up another year.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. There might also be like contract problems with Godwin. Like he might not be happy that he's on the franchise tag, and maybe my bad. Antonio Brown's going to see more time.
I don't think that was the case, right? I thought he was happy to be there.
I mean, like later on in the year, you know what I mean? Or maybe like it's kind of apparent that they're not going to pick him up next, like they're not going to extend him, and they're not going to play
Mm.
him too much. You know what I mean?
I guess it's possible. It'd be foolish, but I guess it's possible.
But yeah, it's kind of like it's like a worst case scenario. I don't hope that happens. Obviously, I'd rather Godwin stay on that team. I like Godwin.
All right, so let's give us your team, Chuck.
All right, so I'm already like super upset with my running backs. Like I had to go with Ezekiel Elliott, which I'm not happy about at all. Travis Kelce, I'm pretty happy with just because like I have a set it and forget it guy. Kevin Ridley and Justin Jefferson, I like a lot. I like that they're both. We talked about this. They're the same age, both 26, and they both have a lot of upside.
Well, that
Happy
was
with my.
Amari Cooper, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, Justin Jefferson's way younger than
Yeah,
them.
I'm about to say.
I'm tripping. Sorry. Josh Allen, I'm really happy with. He had a really good year last year. If he keeps that up, like I set it and forget a guy. Travis Etienne, I have no idea. He has a lot of upside. He's a rookie. That Jogs offense is going to be super weird this year, so excuse me, we'll see. Chase Edmonds, I have no idea. He has a lot of upside as well. I picked a lot of guys with upside this year. um, Jamar Chase, a lot of upside, obviously. Madison is like a really solid handcuff. I'm happy with him. If Dalvin Cook, God forbid, goes down for any reason, I'll have him. So that's good. Decent
So,
backup. Good.
so right here, you took a backup. Why did you choose Alexander Madison over Tony Pollard, the backup for one of your own running backs?
I
Very good
don't.
question.
So to me, it doesn't really matter. I think that like I'd rather have the handcuff for the better player because I personally think Madison is better than Tony Pollard.
What? Really?
Yeah, yeah. I would stand by that. And I like Madison as well because I rather have a handcuff for a player on another team. You know what I mean? Just because I feel like at that point it's just kind of like an empty spot if your guy is healthy all year.
I don't agree with that. I think you want the handcuff for your own guy because if your own guy goes down and you're feeling that, then you have 2 empty spots. You have a guy who's backing up a guy who's healthy, so you're not going to use Madison, and you're missing your RB1, and the guy who's
That,
filling in his production is on another team.
that's very true. But I think my more reason for doing that was just so I can have. I like Madison way more than Tony Pollard, and I also the Cowboys offense is just strange to me because not strange. They're a very like pass friendly offense now. I don't think if is that Elliott did go down this year that Pollard would definitely see time and Pollard is really good, but I still think that they're going to focus on passing the ball, and usually they're always behind, so they're gonna have to pass to keep up. That's just like a personal opinion. I could have went Pollard here, but I don't know. I'm perfectly okay with not taking Pollard as well.
I mean,
And
I'm okay with drafting him, so
yeah. My next pick, Hooper. I'm happy with too. Just a solid backup. If he has a good year, I can trade him. I know that's not a good thing to say. You shouldn't draft someone just to trade them, but hey, he could. Big Ben. We'll see. His receivers were kind of dog poop last year with dropping the ball a lot, but we'll see. Bateman, I have a lot of hope for. I actually see a lot of upside in him. I think this was a steal in the draft for me. He could be the number one receiver for the Ravens, and he was drafted in the first round. He can definitely start over Sammy Watkins, but we'll see. I'm really happy where I took him. Deshaun Jackson was kind of a weird pick for me as well. I His injury concerns really scare me, but I don't. He's on a high power offense, and maybe even Matty Stafford will give him the ball a lot, but we'll see. I definitely don't think I'm ever gonna have to trade have. I'm never gonna have to worry about him really. Naeem Hines, I'm pretty happy about too. I think he has a lot of upside. He's on a good running team, and he can be like a borderline flex option, maybe. So I don't know.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Last year he had games where he was like the number one running back. So I mean, he has that
yeah,
Yeah.
opportunity and a chance in his history.
yeah. So if we can just go into strategy a little bit, I think for my draft, I kind of just I focused on wherever I was weak at the moment. You know what I mean? So my personal philosophy with drafting is always draft what you don't have. And so I kind of just filled the needs as they went along. So I had running back, tight end, filled up both my wide receivers, filled up my quarterback, and then I started taking my weakest position, which was running back, because I haven't drafted since for 4 spots. And then I started filling in. So another thing I did was just I always like to pick double of what my required spots. So you're allowed to have 2 wide receivers. I mean, so basically, sorry, I'm kind of rambling. So I have 5 running backs, and then I have 5 wide receivers, and I have 2 tight ends and 2 quarterbacks. I like having a good even distribution. You know what I mean? I'm the only one that also picked 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
me, I like to go running back heavily early because there's so few top running backs.
Yes.
I've been trying to target a Travis Kelce or George Kittle in early early rounds too, if I can get them. Try to make that work, and then go receivers heavily in the rounds 3 or 4 through 6, maybe 3 through 6, depending if Kelce and Kittle are gone. And then I kind of just try to take the best player available until the later rounds to where I pick up a quarterback. So I feel like there's tons of good quarterbacks out there. If you can get Jalen Hurts in the 10th round, that's a steal to me.
Yeah.
So I think we might have to do another one of these once we get closer to the season and the draft positions kind of get evened out a little bit better. Because I don't think we're
Yeah.
going to be able to get some guys like Mike Davis in the 13th round and stuff like that and when we get closer to the season. But that's kind of how I approach the draft. Just look at the best player, best 2 running backs in the first 2 rounds, then maybe a tight end or wide receiver for the next 4 rounds. Then top player, quarterback later on, and then some high upside guys at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think either we'll talk about it today or next pod, but I think Mike Davis might be that low ranked. It's a little crazy to me. I think he will be moved up a little bit. But my strategy, my first pick was the fable strategy of don't be an idiot. Christian McCaffrey was there, so I took him. But normally I'd agree with Greg to start running back heavy. And then if I really like a receiver more than the running backs, and sometimes it's personal preference, it's probably influenced by my previous seasons. So if somehow DeAndre Hopkins was still there, and obviously he wasn't going to be there when I picked Eckler or something like that, I would have gone for them. I've picked Hopkins first as my first pick before, or Devontae Adams, depending where I am. But it depends what running backs are gone. So first 2 picks, McCaffrey and Allen. And I think after I pick 2 running backs, I'm not really looking to pick another one. Unless one I really like is still there and there's receivers I don't like as much there. But I was staring Diggs in the face and I was like, I can't not have him. And then I think being number 2 helped with my next 2 picks because I was on the bend. I didn't think the guy behind me would take Waller, so I knew I could grab another wide receiver first. I was between DJ Moore and Tyler Lockett. And I figured Lockett gives me zeros sometimes, and I don't know about that. So Moore was pretty solid last year, and I do think he will get better quarterback play. I think he could pop up as did he actually finish as a wide receiver 1? Was he 12 or 13?
I can double
I
check.
think I think so, actually. Yeah, I'll double check for you.
Could be wrong, but yeah, he was surprisingly consistent. Even though I didn't feel like it, he was surprisingly consistent last year, and I think he had another good year.
Finished at 17. But yeah,
All
or
right,
something.
high wide receiver, yeah.
Yeah.
So then I normally don't take tight end this high, but when Waller is still here in the 5th, I think that's a good take. If Waller was gone, I don't know if I would have taken Mark Andrews this high. I probably would have waited and tried to grab. It is kind of towards the end. I probably would have waited and tried to grab Gesicki or Fant in a round or two. I don't know who I would have gone with if Waller was gone, but he was there in the 5th. I feel like that's a good take. Then I saw there was that little bit of a quarterback run. I don't really like going quarterbacks this early either, but and it's not that early, but I thought there's a level that I talked about, like a kind of a cutoff where I don't want people below that cutoff. And looking at the quarterbacks that went after Herbert here, I like Deshaun Watson a lot, but I don't know if he'll play this year, to be honest. And
Yeah.
I don't know about Burrow's injury. Not, like Lawrence is going to be good. I'm not high on him. I don't know when Brady's clip's going to come. I don't know if it ever will, but I don't like Cousins that much. I could have waited and got Stafford. I do like him a lot. But I thought there's not that many quarterbacks that I really like after Herbert once I saw Wilson, Allen, Murray, Rodgers, Prescott go really quick. I was like, let me grab one of the guys I know I really like, and that's Herbert. And I think his team's improved. I think he's going to improve. So I had to take him there. And then after that, it was a lot of upside thinking, I think. So going with Javonte Williams, and who I honestly would not have known much about if I didn't hear Greg speak on him the other week. So I feel like I want to grab him for his upside. I know Landry's solid in the 8th. Why not? And then it was just people I think might do really well this year. So that's probably why I continue to take Waddle and Pitts as rookies. After that, it's pretty much upside for me. People who can turn out really well. And if they don't, look for someone on the waiver wire. Try not to hang on to them too long, depending on how they're performing and how the team's looking, what the coaches say that they're going to try to implement in the game plan. I do like Pollard a lot. It was interesting seeing. I didn't even think about how Chuck took another backup and not Pollard, but I think he's a fine backup to have. Maybe I'll never use him. Who knows? I think Pittman has upside, Dillon has upside, and I think Antonio Brown's actually going to be used pretty often. I think he was last year, and it could be the same again. That was kind of my strategy going through picking.
Yeah.
Solid
Yeah.
strategy.
Yeah, solid strategy. I definitely need to do more mock drafts too. I feel like I'm really rusty. I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of like how you do it again. And like I think a big thing I kind of missed out was like, oh yeah, look what other people are drafting. But it is kind of harder to do it with computers because computers kind of just do whatever is the best available option, which is, I mean, a way to draft obviously, but not very human-like.
Man, I don't even know. I don't know if we're gonna leave this in, but the first we tried this once before, like 5 minutes before we did this actual run, and the computer's first 2 picks were Derrick Henry and uh, Saquon Barkley. So I'm like, so I don't know if this. I like how my team turned out, but I don't know if the computer's the best at shaking out actual how the draft's actually going to shake out for you. It's not the best at simulating that. So I try to do. There's a ton of apps you can do to draft with actual people, kind of
Yeah.
see what actual people are going to do, and hopefully you're in a league. You've been in a league for a while. You know how other people think, or you subscribe to their podcast and you can hear them tell you how they're going to think.
Yeah.
Wink.
Just imagine if you're in a league with someone and like they like pick everyone that you're high on, just like right before you.
Oh, it's gotta hurt. I'm actually glad we didn't stick with the last order because I knew Greg was gonna snipe me on a bunch of people. He keeps taking other people, so maybe not.
Hey, I mean, I was going off my rankings. You have
There you
them.
go.
They're out there.
They are in my Google Drive. Can confirm.
But yeah, I think that we should a big advice thing for everyone is like do as many mock drafts as possible, especially with real people. Doing it with computers is kind of silly because it's good to know doing it with computers will give you a good idea of like what the actual rankings are, but doing real people gives you understanding of like, oh, this is what people are like considering really high because we are Mike Davis is not considered a high pick, but Mike Davis is pretty good. Like he would be a steal, I think, in the
Mhm.
13th round.
And I wonder if an actual person would have taken him earlier.
Yeah, that's other thing too. Like people have flaws and people have preferences. Flaws is not the right word. People have preferences. People will pick people that they are comfortable with.
People also have flaws.
Yeah, people also have flaws. That's true. So get someone that will draft Aaron Rodgers in the first round.
My God.
The MVP.
He's the MVP. Yeah, it's gonna be the
Not wrong.
Broncos. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Please check us out on Anchor and all podcast sites: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, everything, and YouTube. Thank you. My name's Chuck.
This is Julian.
Thanks, guys. It's Greg.